Hey y'all. Alright, we're gonna have a super quick video discussion on batteries. Batteries for the Locksmith. I've got my camera set up at a weird angle here, so sorry about that. Something you don't think about until you need them if you are a locksmith. Oh, hold on. I don't want my phone to fall. Okay. Yeah. Something to think about if you're a locksmith, getting started in, the locksmith business. One thing that you are commonly going to come across nowadays is your Schlage push button locks. And the first thing you always do is check the battery. Trilogy locks, if you start working on commercial. Sounds very weak. Those batteries sound very weak. If you start working on commercial locks, automotive, if you do automotive, remote batteries are a big thing as well. So I'm going to talk about something that's just something you don't think about. Batteries. I used to carry all my batteries in this little travel bag deal. And I would cut it and shove them in here, and then it outgrew that. So I had to switch it out. I was like, this really isn't watertight or anything. I did keep it in a bag, but then I got this Husky plastic box, which I've talked about, and it actually worked really well for the batteries for a little bit. I didn't want to use it for that because unless these are still available online, which I have not found, I have not looked for them online, because in yet another video I talked about, they changed it to this design. And since this design is available and that one's not, I was kind of hoping to use that one for something else. So I've been using this one since these are what is available now. It is, airtight, watertight, water resistant, I guess you could say. And we'll just go through them real quick. So, of course, the main batteries that you need to keep are the batteries that you use for things like your flashlight. Arguably the best flashlight for a locksmith. This is a AAA battery, so I obviously buy AAA batteries specifically for that. And any other types of lights that I use, those are AA's, which I've not had to switch yet. And you buy usually 24, 36 packs. And the reason I'm doing this video is because this one is starting to go out. It's working right now, but it's starting to go out. So I needed a new battery out of here for that. But the three main ones you need to carry, the two definite ones, AA and 9 volt. 9 volt batteries are going to be your big one because you have mainly the Schlage push button locks uses a 9 volt battery. DTEX units, which are I'll put a picture up here. It's got the push paddle, that and the push bar style DTEX itself. Push paddle, almost all the new ones, they used to use the big lantern batteries, but they stopped doing that. Now they're 9 volt. So 9 volts definitely are a must have for any type of work, because whenever you go and you rekey a facility that has a DTEX or something like that, I'll personally, even the DTEX without the push bar, there's just the alarm type, it uses 9 volt. And I always recommend to restaurants that have those on their kitchen doors and buildings, I say, when was the last time you changed a battery? If they kind of hum and haw, then you go, well, you want to go ahead and do that while I'm rekeying it, and almost always they say yeah. So you can upcharge for the battery replacement. Here's my AAA's again. My flashlight uses AAA, so I'm going to carry AAA's. And AA's is the big one as well. Trilogy push button locks. The old style used 5 batteries in a row. The new style uses a white plastic battery pack that you take out, unplug, and there's 4 or 5 screws. I've got one. It is much easier to show you. So when you take the inside cover, there's this little screw underneath, and this is just a flat plate that pops up. You will see this come out because it barely fits in there. We can see why this one is no longer in use. You unplug the connectors, straight unplug, no pressing anything, just unplug it. Get you a #1 Phillips screwdriver, and there's 4 screws on top. Unscrew them, and they're actually pretty long screws. And once you get them out, well, that one's pretty long. That one's pretty long. They're all pretty long. I want to make sure it doesn't come apart. Then you gently separate it, and you see your 5 AA batteries in there. And the lid tells you which way. So negative, positive, positive, negative, positive. Otherwise, it would not work. While we're on this topic, I know there are fans of battery brands, but almost any manufacturer is going to tell you to use a good battery like Energizer or Duracell. Some of them have their favorites. I'm sure when they R&D team decides to do a lock that uses a battery, the battery companies jump on it and say, hey, we'll pay you X amount of dollars to sponsor our batteries for your product as a recommended battery. I am almost 100%, 1000% positive that does happen. So once you do that, then you plug it back in. And so yes, AA batteries. What else do we use AA batteries for, guys? Oh, remotes for your TV. Yeah, you gotta have the remote batteries. That's usually AA. Sometimes AAAs, but sometimes AAs. No, AAs. Wiser Quickset has their push button locks has, when you slide the cover off the inside back of it, there is a 4-pack, a cartridge that holds 4 AA batteries. And Quickset and Wiser, especially the motorized versions that automatically throw the bolt, are very infamous for the battery going dead quickly. So whenever you're there to rekey a house, or whatever the case may be, or get called out, you're definitely going to want to have your AA batteries to switch out the lock. I personally ask the customer, I say, do you have any batteries? Do you want me to use your batteries? Yes, no, no. Then they pay for my batteries. And again, you're purchasing a large box of them, and you can sell them with the installation charge, whatever you decide you want it to be. But it is yet another easy profit thing to have, especially if you're rekeying locks. That's your big one. That and the Quickset and Wiser. Commercial end, you're going to have your trilogies and your Detex units on restaurant doors or other commercial type doors. Car remotes, if you do automotive, even if you don't do automotive, you can do remote battery replacement. It's not hard. If the battery people at the battery store can do it, so can you. Some of the big ones are 1616. This is used for Honda key remotes. And they unscrew with a little screw. You pop the cap off, and inside there is a sealed mechanism. You take that mechanism out of the shell carefully, and you pop it apart. There's little tabs on each end, and you pop it apart, and your 1616 batteries in there. 2016s, 2025s. And the big one is what, the 3032s or 2032s? 32s. So here's your big car remote batteries. I don't know what the CR 2025 was for, but I know it is one model. 2016 is a very common watch battery, actually. And then, of course, your Honda. And this is the big GM one. GM remotes, even some Ford remotes, all use the 32. So by stocking news, if you say, oh, hey, I'm a locksmith, and they say, oh, my car battery remote's dead, can you replace it? Why, yes, I can. It'll cost you $10 or whatever you want to charge. Obviously, we charge There's a little bit of labor charge for replacing the battery. You doing it for them. And I don't know why, but I keep super glue in here. And I don't, probably not a real great idea, but I do seal it up with a plastic bag. And I can't think of anything else. Of course, you're referring to alarms. One of these little batteries was an alarm battery. They take little goofy little batteries too. But other than that, that is just my discussion on batteries in the US market again. So yeah, y'all hit me up if y'all have to replace batteries often. Which ones do y'all keep? I'm sure the answer will be 9-volt AA, possibly AAA, but definitely the 9-volt and the AA. You want to keep plenty of those in stock. If you get on a restaurant and it has 3 or 4 DTEX units, you are going to need a 6 or 12 pack or whatever the case is. So that's just yet another product to have to haul around with. You not have to, but it is something that you can both have for your own needs and be able to sell to customers. So thanks for watching, guys. Again, hit me with a like on this video if you appreciate it, and if you have not, be sure and subscribe and give me some, let me know if y'all I'm not overly familiar with the battery styles overseas. I know I got a lot of UK guys and Australian guys. I don't know what kind of batteries let me know what kind of common batteries y'all use and how it's comparable. And other than that, y'all have a great day. It's Friday. I'm about to get out of here, so catch you next time. Batteries.